Okay, so hello there everyone and welcome back to the Theme Park Jack YouTube channel. Now this weekend I'm not actually visiting any theme parks, meaning there won't be any vlogs coming this weekend. And there isn't really any news going on in the theme park world at the minute, so nothing really to cover there. And I'm not going to be making any review or spotlight videos until I visit some new theme parks over the next few months and build up some footage, so I've got something in the background to talk about with them. So because of all of this, and because of, let's be honest, with all this coronavirus thing, there's every chance that theme parks are going to be shut over the next few weeks, that I thought, you know what, let's start a roller coaster tycoon series now, and then, should theme parks have to close and all this, then, we've got something else to make videos on, and it's something else for the channel, isn't it? So I'll still be making all the other videos as normal. This is just something else that I thought we'd do as well. And so we're going to be making everything else exactly the same. I'm also going to be running through some of the scenarios eventually and how you beat each one of them. But for now we're going to be doing a let's play on here, and I have created my own custom scenario. So in the background over the last 30 seconds, you can see that I'm running through all the different things on this custom scenario that I have created. So basically, there's a load of ones that are made by the game which you can use, or you can create your own. You have to buy the tool to do it, which is a few pounds extra. But yeah, and you can create your own scenario to however you want it, like with the own challenge that you have to make. And so I've been running through all the different rides that you can build. Obviously roller coasters, you can build your own custom layout for them. And now I'm running through all the different theming that there is. So there's loads of different styles of theming there. There's pirates, there's the Wild West, there's all sorts of different stuff. South America, jungle theming. So we've got loads of different stuff there that we will create different themed areas for in this new theme park. Like how you'd have in any other theme park you'd visit. And this is a really good game. I really do enjoy it, You can, even if, you don't know a lot about theme parks, you can, build your own roller coasters, test them out, and it is really good fun to play as well. And now you can download RCT Classic on your iPhone or your iPad as well, so that's a really good addition too. Okay then, so here we are, so we're creating the theme park entrance here. I have been inspired by some parks in America with this, like with all the water in the middle and you've got the two paths at the side, then a big carousel at the top. So that's the kind of style that we went with this. And we have also eventually put some buildings at the side as well, which I will show you once we've completely finished it too. But yeah, I must say that I do really like the double-decker carousels that are in this game as well. I didn't even know they existed until I was creating this scenario. I just thought it was the normal boring ones, but no, clearly not. So, you'll see it now, what I'm installing. Here it is. Yeah, it's really nice. So, there are loads of rides. There's hundreds of different rides that there are in this game. Pretty much any one that you would see at your local theme park. But this game was created it was over 15 years ago when this was made. Obviously, it's just been over the last few years where it's been updated so it can not only just go on PC, but yeah, so it's not got the most, some of the more up-to-date rides, but what you'll find when you're watching this is that most of the rides at most of the theme parks you go to have been kind of around for absolutely years, because 9 out of 10 rides you think of will be on this game because they've just been around for that long and no one's really invented new rides as much as they used to be. So there might be the odd thing that isn't on here that you want to install, but pretty much everything will be. So so we're just installing the queue line there for the double-decker carousel and the exit ramp as well. And then now we're just going to install some scenery there. I'm just working out what to do, whether to put some shrubs in or some trees or a fountain, and in the end we go with some kind of like different shrubs and stuff. I think that's the whole point of this game. You've got to make it like how a theme park would be in real life, and it's a lot more fun like that, because remember, in the end you can open the theme park up and let guests in and go on your rides and buy food and buy stuff from in the park, and you've got to try and keep the park running and keep it going well, and build new rides and see how much money you can make. And that's the whole idea of the game, and it's a really popular game. It's been played by millions of people around the world, so especially obviously of course theme park fans. So that's the whole idea of it. So you've got to kind of make it like how a realistic theme park would look, and try and think about everything that you'd want to be in a theme park when you're there. But there we go, we're testing the double-decker carousel now, and yeah, it looks great, and I'm really happy with the entrance area so far. I played about another 20 minutes off screen where we did some more stuff. I've installed some trees on one side, on the other side I've put some buildings in as well, and we've also got rid of one bit of path from each side of it and put some trees in there, and I think that looks a hell of a lot better. I really do like that. And we've also installed some toilets, a cash machine, and also a first aid kiosk as well, because that'll keep your park rating up nicely if those things are there. And yeah, guests really won't like it if it's not there, and yeah, the park rating won't be good at all, and no one will come to your park if it has a really bad rating. So you need to make sure that you keep that up by doing things like that, and having lots of cleaners in the park as well, and mechanics to fix the rides and stuff. You've got to think about all that. But now we're building our first ride, and it's actually a monorail ride. Now this ride won't actually be used for transport. Instead, it's going to be used in kind of like a bit of a rock and roll movie set kind of theme area that we're doing now. So basically the theme I'm going with this, imagine like the rock and roller coaster that's at Disney. We're going on those lines basically. So we actually build a ride similar to rock and roller coaster in a bit later in the episode, a launch coaster. But this is kind of a monorail ride. It's going to take you around kind of all different cars and stuff. It's all going to be rock and roll stuff, like kind of like a movie set and stuff as well. So that's the kind of theme for this, a bit like what you'd see at the Disney Studios parks. And I really do like how they look from when I've been there in the past. So I want to kind of recreate that as one of the areas here. And it's a bit different as well, isn't it? You know, not everyone just wants a boring like Pirates themed area or something. Like you want something a bit different to, yeah, it's more interesting, isn't it? So we create a really thrilling roller coaster in a few minutes, but this is the monorail here. It's going to go round the whole area, and yeah, I will show you the scenery that we build there in a minute. Okay then guys, so we are now adding some theming to the area. As I said, there is quite a lot in the rock and roll theming pack, and you can of course change the colours of all the different stuff, so you can add quite a lot of variety in there. So that's what we're doing, just filling out the area with some of that. We don't really do in this episode, but in future episodes of course we'll fill it out with trees and plants and stuff, but for now we're just putting all that in. And yeah, we're going to build up in a minute to the roller coaster that we're going to build, and then we'll test that out of course before the end of the episode. But yeah, I really do like it, all this scenery from this pack, especially that giant drum kit there. That's kind of going to be the centre of the monorail where it kind of goes around that turn there. So it'll be kind of like a really big set on that, so people can, you know, it can slow down around there and people can have a good look at it around what's going on. So that's why I'm filling it up as much as possible with all different coloured cars and things. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We will change the colour of the monorail track at some point as well. That'll probably be done in episode 2, because, you know, I'm going to keep this series going for a while, as I said, you know. So on weekends where I've not got much to upload, this is a perfect time to do that, and if theme parks end up shut as well. Right then, so the moment that you guys, I'm guessing, have probably been watching for, we are now going to be building the launch coaster in the park. This will be similar to rides like Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It won't have a similar layout or anything like that, but you know, it will be the same style. You know, you launch out of the station, and yeah, so we're doing that, building a big airtime hill first. We've got an on-ride photo as you come out of the station, so we'll be able to make some money for the park there. And yeah, we're building a bank turn round there. We're having a vertical loop as well, and it's definitely going to be a good ride. And stay tuned for in a few minutes time when we're actually going to be testing this after we've finished building it, and theming it up and giving it a different colour scheme as well. So yeah, but I think it looks really good so far, this ride. It's kind of inspired by the rock and roller coaster, but the layout of it isn't very similar. It's just the fact, you know, a rock and roll theme and a launch coaster. But yeah, and kind of the ride layout itself is actually very unique. It's just something I was coming up with as I was going around building it then, and I just, you know, I was just trying it out. As you can see, I've been deleting some stuff back and trying bits again until it looks right, and Of course, it'll get around the circuit without stalling halfway through as well. So yeah, so we're just having to make some alterations here so it can get over that track. So obviously like there'd be enough space in between it, and we manage it in a minute. There we go. We just have to have a bit of a steeper thing. And yeah, I'll cut now until when we finish the ride. Okay, so you can see how our first take at the launch coaster looks. Since you saw that, we have done a little bit more, just banking a bit of the track more so you don't get whacked into the side quite as much. And yeah, we do a few more alterations to it as well, including making it that it don't go around quite as fast so you don't get whacked into the sides. You know, and doing the same with the turns, of course, as well, as I just mentioned. But yeah, now we are just trying to decide on a colour scheme, and we go with this, a blue and yellow track with black supports. I think that looks really good. And it's having kind of like a canvas tent station, and it will run one train with and they're going to be coloured red and yellow. So I think that they look really good, and we are now building the queue line for the ride, and then we'll test it how it ends up finally at the end before wrapping up today's video. So then here we are, we're just finishing off the exit there. We've got the queue line in now, and it does go over the track as well, so it can just fit in properly. And here we go. Here is a final look of how the ride looks now. As you can see, it has been slowed down quite a lot, so it don't go around too fast, and you know, it's more realistic of how a ride like this would be in real life. You know, it's going around at a sensible speed. And yeah, there we go. I think it looks great. I really do. I'm really happy with it, about how it's turned out. And that is where we're going to end today's video. So I hope you did enjoy it. There are going to be a few more episodes of this, definitely, when we're going to continue on the park. And yeah, I know I did say originally that I'd look at doing a roller coaster tycoon series over winter, just because it hasn't been that much of a success on the channel in the past. But a load of other YouTubers have started doing series like these, and we are going to do Planet Coaster after we finish this at some point. I've got it on my PC now, and I'm also going to be getting it on console when it comes out summer this year. But yeah, we will be continue on with this. How often we'll be doing this depends on what happens with, you know, our theme park's going to close or not, because if they do end up closing, then we will be doing more episodes of this. But if theme parks don't end up closing, then we'll be doing slightly less, and we'll just do a video, you know, every, say, month or whenever, every now and again. Because remember, this isn't the main focus of the channel. This is just something a little bit extra as well, just to fill in those gaps when I've got nothing else to upload one weekend. And I think that's done it perfectly for this weekend. Now, all being well, we're hoping to go to Fantasy Island in Skegness next weekend. Now, we don't know how likely that's going to be, since the coronavirus is shooting up by like 200 cases a day. And obviously, you know, we're not going to risk it if it gets that there's thousands of cases in the UK. So we're just going to be careful and see how it goes. And yeah, we're really not sure as to what's going to happen by then. I mean, you know, if it does end up closing, it's not the end of the world. We'll get there at some point. And at the end of the day, I fully support it. You know, it's been done to keep people safe, isn't it? So I'm all for that. And I will be able to make some more videos doing this. But if not, then yeah, we'll try and get to Fantasy Island in Skegness next weekend. But if we don't do, then it's really not the end of the world. So I'll see you in my next video, which will be coming next weekend. Thank you very much for watching today. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've been posting loads of new vlogs and stuff lately. Go and watch my latest 3 videos from, we've got 2 from Flamingo Land, and also one from a travelling fair. It's about half an hour away from where I live, where I took you on the rides there with my GoPro in HD. So thank you very much for watching. Please go and check those out, and I'll see you next weekend for my next video. Goodbye.